Hi, and welcome to Design It with Tammie Gibbs. I'm Tammie, and I have decided to finally do a Start Here video. So this is just going to be a little bit about me chatting with you to show you how my channel, my playbooks, my websites, all that kind of stuff can help you get the most, from the channel and for all my other things. But anyway, so I deal with AI art, digital products, publishing, and marketing. And I love all of the participation that I've had over the past couple of years since building my channel. Thank you so much for watching. I don't want this to be a lengthy one, but I do want it to be helpful for any new people. And even some of you have been watching for a long time so that you have a little bit more insight into me and, my background and all that kind of stuff and how I feel like you can use my products and my videos. So, all right, so this channel is a growing creator library, not a perfectly linear course. Some videos teach specific tools, while others teach creative concepts, marketing approaches, design direction, and business ideas that remain useful, even when the software or the platforms change. So this is very important. Occasionally I do get comments that people just quite don't understand exactly the way that I do things, and they're just coming in, cold turkey right out of the wild, and they have no orientation to me or anything about me. Okay, so my goals here for the channel and for all of my products are to create stronger art and digital products, use AI and design tools more effectively, turn artwork into marketable content, develop products, videos, reels, and income streams that help and support you. And I try to look beyond a single tool or platform, even though most of you know me for my work with Artistly, because that is primarily the main one that I use for most of my clip art and things like that. So I have a good knowledge base in that, but I also use and try to help you use other tools as well. Okay, so how my background supports the channel. So I am a published novelist. I write romantic, mystery, and time travel, gothic, that sort of romance. I am a nonfiction published author already, and I was long before, I was a digital product seller. Creator of the best-selling Playbook series. Many of you have seen and purchased those. If you haven't, please check them out. They are designed to help you as a creator benefit from all of my research, and I've compiled these playbooks to help you with your digital product business and to make better art and to market that art. Anyway, so I am someone who tests ideas through real products, launches, videos, and marketing. I have a background. I currently have an Etsy and a Gumroad store. I also have sold and was a eBay power seller at one time years ago. And I've done Poshmark and have a Poshmark store. I am not real active right there on that platform right now, but I have done Poshmark. I'm also a Teachers Pay Teachers seller, not as active there as well. My main channels right now are Etsy and Gumroad. I teach from the perspective of someone who creates the art, builds the product, publishes it, markets it, and then studies what happens. So that's just me. That's the way I've always been. And this channel and my other channels that I'm building are helping me to now help other people through all of that research and the way I am. So my AI artist and digital product creators best-selling playbook series. These are organized creator resources designed to reduce blank page overwhelm and help creators develop subject styles, colors, textures, compositions, product directions, descriptive phrasing, collections, and variations. And part of the AI Artist series is all about helping you learn to prompt and have the tools to prompt with. I don't do prompt packs. I do phrasing. I do descriptions. I believe that in order to prompt and communicate with any AI platform, you first must need to know the proper way to ask. And you also, in order to ask the proper way, you need to have an understanding of the names and what things are called and what to ask for. Because you know, if you don't know what to ask for an object, then you're not going to get that object. So that's sort of the crux of where I build my playbooks from, is to give you a working reference material that you can go and flip through for various subjects, various themes, various different subject matter. And then you know how to describe it, how to ask the platform that you're working with, the AI generators, to produce the art that you want to do. Okay, so I create videos for you, the viewer, to help you save time. And in that, I invest my own in the trial and error and research. Then I turn it into resources to help you in your creative business. That comes through the free videos. That comes from my free Facebook page. I'm sorry, it's not really a page. It's a group that you can join, where I can interact on a more personal basis with you. I also, the websites and everything have lots of free resources and free information. And then in the paid things, I have my playbooks and my clip art and all of those things like that. So anyway, I am not a video creator. I am a published author, creator, and entrepreneur that makes videos based on my own personal experience, professional background, and experimentation. I like to say I have multiple business disorder. I started when I was just out of high school with my first actual business in like a business storefront. So I've been doing business, doing entrepreneurship for a very, very long time. I have had my own publishing company, publishing magazines, up to 5 different from the ground up magazines that I did before the internet was a thing, before there was all of these other things. I was already working and doing in this creative space in a different way. So I use all of my background. I've been a marketing professional for a very, very long time with advertising and marketing plans and all of that kind of stuff. So I try to help creators also bridge the gap between their creation and their creative process, also into actually getting the visibility and marketing that they need to. It's a balance, but anyway, so I try to do that as well. But this means that I soft edit. My videos are sometimes longer, and a lot of people really appreciate those. Some people wish I would be a lot faster and, you know, all of that. But I don't remove the trial and error. I mean, when I get in, I don't start my videos with a very concrete script. I get on there, I have an idea for a video, I want to show you how to do it, and sometimes the platforms don't cooperate, and you get to see me work through the issue to a resolution, because obviously if I didn't get a resolution, I wouldn't put that part into a video. However, I feel like if I had the problem, you may run into that problem as well, and you need to know how to handle it. And that's why I do my videos the way I do them. They are real. And they're not propped up in a way, in a fashion that makes you feel like, as a creator, that you are failing if you try to do something with that platform and that AI generator or whatever it is, even on Canva. You try to do it and it doesn't quite work the way you think it should, or the way it shows it in a finished product on one of my videos. I don't want that to happen. I want you to see, as I work through things, that it's not the end of the world. If it's not working, we pivot. Okay? So you're going to probably hear my puppies in the background. I have a lab and I have a Pomapoo. And the Pomapoo likes to be heard. She will growl. She will sound like a cat. She will do all kinds of things. That's my life. And if you want to benefit from my videos, then sometimes you may get a little bit of background noise. That's just the way it is. I don't have a studio devoted for this. I am not that sort of creator. I'm a real creator. I am somebody that just wants to share what I can to help you benefit your business. And so that's just the way I have to do it to make it work. So, let's see. If you can't watch my long videos in one installment, which a lot of people can't, then you can, break it up and watch it in little pieces. Or if you're going to be working anyway, you can, with most smart TVs now, you can actually watch YouTube on your TV while you're actually creating it. That is like a really good way to get to see the videos without them interrupting and taking away time from what you need to be creating things. So if you're just going to be organizing things or doing some tasks like that, or you're just, building some things and you just want to flip it on there so you can listen to me, or, and glance up ever so often to, or if you want to just design right along with me, that is a great way to do it. Okay, how to use the video library. You're going to want to start with the newest video when learning a specific tool. So I've got like 200 videos, or I probably have more by the time you're reading this. But anyway, at the time of this video, I've got like 200 or 200 plus videos, and they go all the way back to the original Artistly. So if you're learning Artistly, for example, and it doesn't make a lot of sense if you're wanting the most recent things to go back and view version 4 when we're already on version 6. So always look at the dates of the videos when you're looking for a specific tool. Now, use older videos even on those tools when the subject is composition, creative direction, marketing, or product ideas. The age doesn't necessarily matter for those, but I also want you to start with the freshest material. The older ones, there are some real jewels in the older videos, but like I said, I'm not going to remove them because they still have value. But I also don't want people making comments, based on older material just because they didn't look at the date of the video. So just a heads up to look at the date of the video, and also the version of the video, because some versions last for many months, before they do an update. So older videos are, like I said, great for storytelling, branding, workflow, product, marketing, creative direction, those sort of things. But when you're learning tools, then start with the newest ones. Check the playlist and descriptions for related content. Look for updated tutorials when interfaces or tool features have changed. And also look to see if certain videos are parts of workshops where I've done multiple volumes, like, volume 1 or part 1 or part 2 or whatever. So look for that on there. If you see like a part 1 or 2, then look for those accompanying videos in the playlist. I also a lot of times have updated tutorials when interfaces or tools features have changed. So a lot of times when, for instance, again, Artistly, we'll go to a new version. It usually takes me a few days, but I'll go through that version and then I'll give you my thoughts and I'll walk you through the new things and how things have changed. So look for those things as well. Don't overlook the older concept-based videos just because the software screen looks different, because sometimes those are really good when it comes to learning about the composition and watching me use, for instance, the playbooks. Those videos where I specifically am talking about using the playbooks, I'm actually going to be on screen showing you how to mix and match to create your prompts and learn prompting skill. The interface I'm using within any tool is not as relevant or important when those are the type of videos that we're doing. Now, results may change based on a newer version of the platform, but the concepts are not necessarily going to be changing that much. So be sure and keep that in mind as well. I read all of my comments, and I don't typically respond to the anti-AI comments. Fortunately, I have not gotten a lot of those, but there are people that I feel like go in and actually look at AI-based content and want to comment on it just because they don't want to watch it, but they just want to comment and make their opinions about AI known. And that is perfectly fine. I am okay. I am totally okay with people who are anti-AI. I disagree with the premise that AI is innately evil and that it has not presented any good things. Now, can bad actors use AI in inappropriate ways? Absolutely. Did AI get shaky start because of the way that they trained? Yeah, that could have probably been done better. I have a lot of author friends that feel more impacted than I do personally. Personally, if they trained on my novel, then okay, they did. I mean, anybody can pick my novel up that has purchased it or whatever, and they can, study it, for many, many years. We've all studied artists, we've studied authors, their styles, and hopefully in that process we studied it, but we learned about it and then we adapted our own styles from the content. Because that's kind of the way the world works. We read things and things just kind of stick to our brains, and we don't even know a lot of times where that came from. It's not a conscientious decision to implement or pick up things. Now, outright copying, I am very, very conscious of trademarks, copyrights, intellectual properties, and that's why my channel is always going to be an advocate for those things. Not copying, specific author styles, not copying, other people's content, putting a new spin on it. There's a lot of ideas out there that we can't claim. People want to claim them, but they can't. And there's a lot of things that people claim that they probably shouldn't have been allowed to claim, certain things, but they do, and that's the way the system's set up. However, on my channel, you will always know that I support traditional artists because I wish I could do art traditionally. I've always done art as a graphic designer, using other people's art and then turning it into my own creations through clip art and different things, like through advertising, using clip art and things like that. Used it for many, many years, way before AI was a thing. And so I would purchase, rights to use certain clip art and things like that. So that hasn't changed, only the delivery method has. It used to be you bought them on disc, and that's how I've always designed things, book covers, different things like that, by that sort of thing. Now I can create my own art, and I am very particular, and that's another reason I did the Playbook series, is because if you don't, for instance, know, okay, you tell it you want a watercolor, but maybe you're not versed or educated in the styles of watercolor art, you don't realize that there are different techniques that produce different watercolor results. Okay, so my Playbooks endeavor to give you the wording and that information so that you can copy and paste different styles or different techniques in to get different results on a variety, whether it's subjects or it's, textures or it's actual, art styles, acrylics or whatever. So you have that wording, and then you use all of those little phrases and put them together the way you would, then you end up with something unique. You're not using a chat GPT prompt that was constructed for you. You ask for a chicken and it gives you a prompt for a chicken. It'll do that. But it's not really your chicken. It's chat GPT's chicken. And you can start with that, but then go in, and then the playbook would give you different options to change out wording and phrasing so that it becomes your chicken. And then it's less likely that somebody's going to be able to copy specifically and get the more closer result of that chicken that's yours than the one that was spit out by ChatGPT, in its full. Nothing wrong with using those prompts, but I just prefer to have my stuff less likely for someone else, another creator, to get so close to what I do. So I like to create and work with my own styles. I use ChatGPT a lot for more marketing type things because I'm not selling the marketing. I'm selling a product that is created a different way. And ChatGPT tends to be a little bit better at sometimes creating marketing materials. But you've probably noticed by now that a lot of the marketing materials that it puts out, the actual texture and those looks sometimes are beginning to kind of blend all in. So there's a lot to be said from sticking out from what everybody else looks like. So keep that in mind when you're doing things. But anyway, so I am not anti-AI. These data centers that are popping up all over, I'm not going to be a hypocrite to say, well, I'm not being hypocritical when I say that I believe that the technology is there and that these things need to slow down a little bit. I understand why they're trying to move faster with them, but we have to also be aware of the environmental concerns that these data centers pose to our counties and our cities, and we have to be aware of that. And the humans that are directing this technology need to be a little bit more aware of that and working instead of working fast. They definitely, I feel like, need to be working on solutions that also have the least amount of environmental impact, because if there's no humans out there with no water, then we're not going to be on here doing anything with data. So anyway, that's just my 2 cents, and take with it and do with it what you want. I just wanted to frame it for people who feel like there is, wanted to know my position and how or why I feel comfortable using AI, even though I am from a traditional novel background with published novels and all that kind of stuff. I will continue to write my own books. As far as my novels and things will always be my words and they'll be edited. But as far as using it for research, using it for helping me in ways that are not fiction, then, anything I do, I put 100% of me into. So you can be guaranteed of that, whether or not a tool was used to help me do it better or help me get my thoughts together and that sort of thing. So that's just how I do it. And like I said, a lot of you are going to have differing uses and ways that you use the tool, and that is fine. I just encourage you to think beyond and not discount, I guess, your own personal contributions to your work, because that is what's going to make you stand out as the world becomes more and more crowded with AI art. And people become tired of seeing some of the same images and everything. And that's really what my goal is to help you bridge that gap, still use the tools to create art that's going to stand out, and use tools in manners that help you do everything, that you're doing better, but not lose sight of the fact that you are the creator and that you are creating something that has a piece of you involved in it, that I don't want you feeling like the AI is the only one with any ideas, because you have ideas and the AI can help you get your ideas out there in a way that you can profit from them. But never leave behind your own background, the things that you know about. You've got hobbies that you're involved in, you have family, you have situations that have impacted you. That is where true ideas are going to come from, and AI can put the icing on the cake. It can help you organize those thoughts. It can help you determine a way to profit from your own experiences. But go back and don't just ignore what you can bring to the table, because if you've gone through it, then probably other people are going through it as well, and your experiences are what will set you apart from everyone else. Oh, and definitely, I know this was a lot about it, and this is just because I want to be clear about, kind of the perspective and how I'm trying to help you. Okay, so this is just designitwithtammiegibbs.com. You can typically find most of my stuff there. I do not post every single a link to every single one of my videos. I do have them organized, some of the earlier videos, into more organized categories than sometimes the playlist on YouTube are. So the actual website, you can find all of my the links to all of my playbooks, and now the library is over 20 playbooks. I believe I'm at 23 right now. I put and growing because I don't know when you're going to be watching this. So at this particular time, I have I believe around 23 playbooks, and that is for the digital product creators. And then I also have a second channel right now, another channel. Well, actually I have two other channels that I'm building out, but the one that I'm building out right now is the Everyday Romantic, and that is on YouTube as well, and it is a more public facing consumer type thing, and so you might want to check that out as well. But anyway, so the playbooks, over 20, growing. Most of them are real chunky. They have a lot of content in them. So, and I am, because I've had a lot of people ask for it, I'm going to be starting to add some that are a little bit more condensed and at a smaller price point or a lower price point to help folks out, because that seems to be what they want now. Again, this is the website, the designitwithtammiegibbs.com. It's where you can go to sort of capsulated, get a link to the newsletter to sign up for. Be sure and check my Facebook page out as well. There's links in the description for the video for that as well. And I'm so happy that you're here. I'm so happy that you found me. If you've been watching a long time, thank you so much. If you're new, thank you for checking out this video. Like I said, I didn't want it to be super long, but I did want somewhere for people to be able to go to kind of see how I think I can help you. And like I said, it's through the tools. I am also an affiliate for Artistly, Video Express, all of the Paul Pana products, and there's links to those, my affiliate links. If you're helping me out by using one of the affiliate links, I'm happy to help you if you have issues. You know, if you join my Facebook page, my Facebook group, then that allows you to be able to communicate with me a little bit more about any issues. They have a 30-day money-back guarantee. I demonstrate those products quite a bit. So any of the I do have a few other affiliate things that I have set up as well, but those typically do not cost you any more, but it is a no-cost way that you can support the channel, subscribing and liking the videos, making comments. That all helps me. You know, whether you spend a dime, you know, that is a way that you can help me. The playbooks and my clip art and all my creator-based, seller-to-seller kind of based products, that helps me also financially to make it worthwhile for me to spend the time to actually create these videos and share all the things that I do share for no cost. Anyway, thanks for watching, and until next time, happy creating.